If you see a student who finds it hard to study, know that it is because a good system is lacking. This is Miss Johnson, an English teacher. This is Miss Johnson's EFL class, a group of curious students of mixed abilities. Miss Johnson is using Time to Know's unique digital teaching platform, which empowers her with new ways to reach and teach her heterogeneous class. Miss Johnson enters her homepage, and she selects a lesson from the Time to Know recommended curriculum, which covers the entire year. Today's lesson uses a thematic unit about sports to teach the concept of comparison. The lesson begins with an engaging animation.
The competition is not over yet. Dan is in the lead. Lou is in second place. Ben is third. John is last.
After the animation, Ms. Johnson asks questions to motivate a classroom discussion. Next, Ms. Johnson opens activities for students to begin the lesson on comparisons, and they begin to work individually. Some students have put on earphones to get additional help. Let's see how Tommy is doing. While Tommy reads, he hears the instructions in English. Click the correct answers. He can also listen to them in his native language.
정답을 클릭하세요.
Students learn about comparisons through interactive activities and language games. Tommy is asked to describe a picture using comparison words from a word bank. Satisfied with his description, he sends his work to a class forum called the Gallery. In the Gallery, Tommy's input is added to that of the other students. Now that all of the students have completed their tasks, Ms. Johnson uses the Eyes on the Teacher function to focus their attention on the main board. Using the Gallery feature, Ms. Johnson displays two different descriptions submitted by the students. Ms. Johnson uses these examples to enforce what was learned today. Now it's time to practice some vocabulary words. Ms. Johnson activates the Practice and Learn, or PAL, an adaptive individualized vocabulary acquisition program. The PAL starts with an automated assessment of students' vocabulary knowledge, thus creating an individual knowledge map for each student. Students then continue on their own, learning new vocabulary and practicing the words through differentiated exercises and games. At the end of the unit, students are tested again to show their progress. Meanwhile, Miss Soo-Young Lee's class is learning how to read English. The structured phonics program introduces each new letter with a short movie. The movie introduces the letter through sound, H, H, through words and visuals, H, H, hippo, and through sentences, hippo in helicopter. Students watch how to write the letter and where to find it on the keyboard, thus receiving a multidimensional exposure to each letter. After the movie, students work through a set of activities leading from audio prompts,
H, P, H,
to reading and writing activities.
hand,
Each activity builds on prior knowledge and prepares the student for a Time to Know story that uses only the letters studied until that point. The story is first introduced to students in digital form using a special text reader applet. Students who still need scaffolding can hear the text while simultaneously reading the highlighted sentences.
Bab has a band. It's the Pink Banana Band.
Back in Miss Johnson's class, students are working on listening, reading, and oral skills. They are working on the theme My Week. While working, the students receive instantaneous feedback on each question.
Rick does homework on Fridays at 1 o'clock.
This discrete feedback enables students to practice and check their answers without stress. Ms. Johnson has created 3 groups in her class according to the level of her students: pre-level, on-level, and above level. Gabriella has just moved to the above level from the on-level group, while Ben is still in the pre-level group. They are both presented with differentiated text passages. While the content of each passage is the same, Ben's text is simpler in lexical complexity. While the class is working, Ms. Johnson can monitor the progress and performance of each student in real time. This allows her to instantly identify students who are having difficulty and offer an immediate, personal response. An alert on her screen indicates that Tommy is still struggling with his worksheet, so she decides to approach him and offer her personal assistance. The lesson is about to end, so Ms. Johnson assigns the class their homework, which they can complete online. After class, Ms. Johnson logs in to review the lesson's results. Based on the class performance that day, she decides to add more oral practice for tomorrow. She searches the content library for a game that stimulates class discussion, and she adds the game to tomorrow's lesson. She is now ready for tomorrow's class.